Well, I think it is a selfish act. It's about taking care of my needs. I don't think a partner being cheated on is going to see it as like, well, good for you. You took care of yourself today. Like that probably is not going to fly in the face of the person feeling betrayed. But on the other hand, if you're in a monogamous relationship with someone who says, I don't feel like having sex, like Lucy said, like for the rest of my life, or, until further notice. I mean, how long do you stick to that monogamy agreement when that person says, I don't want you to have sex with anyone else, but I don't want to have sex with you? Mm-hmm. How long do you feel like you're held hostage to that monogamy agreement before you say, okay, well, I'm not going anywhere, but I'm going to go take care of those needs. And, it's not a form of what I call a can opener affair. Like I'm not doing it to break up, but I'm doing it because I want to stay in the marriage and you're not giving me any other choice, really. So I think it's a betrayal of the monogamy agreement to not have sex, because we assume that you're getting married or in a long-term committed partnership to someone that you're going to have sex with for the rest of your life. That is kind of part of the implicit assumption. So if that person says, well, no, I'll be with you, but not have sex with you, that's kind of a big betrayal as well.
Another thing I've noticed, and it's something that I addressed in my TED talk, which was about infidelity, to stay or to go, was that sometimes the affair wasn't a conscious decision. It wasn't that someone was saying, I'm going to do this to get my sexual needs met, or I'm going to do this because I resent you for not putting out, or for, wearing your tracksuit bottoms all the time, or whatever. But when the affair is perhaps discovered, that becomes a moment for the couple to really wake up and see what has been missed or what has been neglected. And I suppose it speaks to an idea that an affair doesn't always have to be a negative act. It can create a lot of pain and a lot of hurt, but out of that, particularly if a couple is minded to do some work on what led their relationship to be vulnerable to an affair, to be vulnerable to an outside attack, so to speak, then there is quite a lot of good that can actually come out of it. And it can also be because the other person, the person maybe who has the affair, does to some extent reinvent themselves and perhaps becomes more confident, more assertive, more able to vocalize what they really want in a relationship, because they've been able to get it outside the marriage. Maybe now they're better equipped to be able to come back into the marriage and say, okay, I agree, things weren't working, but I now know how to get my needs met, vocalize my stuff, and also perhaps listen to you as well.
Right. So there can be some therapeutic components of cheating, is what I'm kind of hearing.
Yes, as Tammy said, that if that's how you phrased it when you first revealed, or you were first discovered as being an adulterer, then it's never going to really fly. But if once that sort of intense arousal and emotion has perhaps abated a bit, both parties have the opportunity to see what went wrong in our relationship that would have led you to think or feel that actually you needed to go elsewhere. So it's the perfect opportunity to reboot.
What's interesting, I mean, obviously, I think we've all been under stress and experiencing a whole range of emotions, and our members are no different than the rest of us, in that anything from frustration to boredom to isolation, sometimes maybe also fear and worry. And they found that not only are they not getting the sexual satisfaction and support that they are seeking in these times, but they're also not getting the emotional one. And that's why they then started looking outside of their relationship for also that emotional support in the end. And so in the end, when we asked our members, what are the benefits of having an affair? And the most common ones were just someone to talk to, something to look forward to, something that gives them a sense of normalcy. In fact, 2/3 of our members say that their overall mood has improved because of the lockdown affair they've had these past months.